topic for today is Morgan, right?
Don't call me Morgan, bro. People know my government name now.
Morgan is not even your government.
It's Jay.
Tate Morgs. Alright, so the topic today is something that I think you'll have a good opinion on. So, have you seen the current trend? Obviously, you've seen the current trend of these thriller events, right? YouTube boxing, YouTube combat sports, celebrities really getting into combat sports, and also, and this is more where I want to go with it. Firstly, I'll ask you: YouTube boxing or YouTube celebrities in combat sports, good or bad?
I think it's great. It's a really good thing. So the way I see it is, boxing has always been very centralized. So you had very few people making a lot of money. Yeah. But what's happening now, I think, is decentralized. So you get a guy like Jake Paul coming in, Conor McGregor coming in, and they have a little bit more power in it, more negotiating power, because they're superstars, right?
Yeah.
And what that does is it gives the athlete, the person who's actually taking the risk in the ring, the person doing most of the work, it's giving them access to actually more pay-per-view, more money, more eyes. And basically, if you're a boxer today, you can have your own brand. You don't need to go through a promoter. Dude, if you just think about Namibia, we have guys who had fights with Terence Crawford, who were considered pound best fighters, and that's we're still on that old
police
system.
officer.
Yeah, exactly, and that's because we're still on that old system where it's very much centralized. You go through your promoter, you go through your gym, blah blah blah. They make the money, the institution makes the money. But I think now what we're seeing with Jake Paul coming into it is really cool because, like I said, the athlete's going to make the money. He's going to negotiate his pay. He's basically
he's bringing more eyes to the sport.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, man. It's a bit cringe sometimes, but I think the people who really benefit are the athletes, and they deserve it at the end of the day. They're the ones bleeding and sweating, man.
It's beneficial.
Absolutely. I'm for it.
Okay.
100%.
And then, because what I agree with that sentiment. But what I worry about now is because Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort, PED'd up Vitor Belfort, right? It's back to, wait, what? I've seen clips of Holyfield on pads, and Holyfield's 58 years old. Okay, so I heard someone pose this question once, and I think it's a good question. Who really wants to see your old childhood heroes, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones was an example of that, which was actually entertaining. Yeah. But do we really want to see this stuff? I don't, personally. I feel like it tarnishes a little bit of the legacy. I understand the celebrity thing. I want to see Jake Paul fights next. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's also it gets to a point where, dude,
it's risky.
Yeah, Holyfield's already not
Unfortunately, they're just gonna be the pawns of all this, bro. They're gonna go out on a stretcher. And that's the thing. And that's because this whole system wasn't adequate. I don't think the funds were moving efficiently. I don't think they got what they actually deserved at the end of the day. Yeah. I have an opinion. I think Conor McGregor is underpaid, even in the UFC. Even though he's the best paid.
What did he earn for the Dustin Poirier fight? 10 million, which is nothing
altogether.
Yeah, I think that was before pay-per-view.
Yeah, so when pay-per-view comes in, it makes quite a bit, but I still think he's underpaid. The superstar that he is and the eyes that he brings to the sport, he should be the UFC's brand.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. I mean, he's kind of lost his
hard
jingle.
But he'll always sell. And the thing is, I think that's what it comes down to, is that I think personality is very important. And making a name for yourself. This is why people, because the old school boxers, old school combat athletes, why they hate Jake Paul and stuff, because they're doing huge numbers, making a lot of money, doing these big shows. And I think Dana White said it really well, where it was people were complaining about money, right? Because that's also the whole argument that's brought up. Well, he was okay, well, maybe then you should have started a YouTube channel when you were 14.
I think I heard that.
And and had millions of followers, then you'd be paid that much. Because at the end of the day, it's about how many eyes can you draw to you. From a purist standpoint, it's not always what you want to see, but that's what people want to see. It doesn't matter how, you need to be good, but if you don't even have to be the best if you have an amazing personality or you're just very charismatic.
No, and I think Floyd Mayweather would be Exhibit A, man. If you watch his fights, to be fair, I think he's one of the best defensive boxers ever. And he's boring. The fights are boring. People pay for the banter. before the fight. You know, it's all about
He knew how to sell.
Exactly.
And he knew that thing of, you know, even if they hate you or love you, they're buying tickets.
Floyd Money Mayweather. Yeah, facts. So I mean, I'm all for it. I think I think things are changing big
Yeah.
time, and I'm here for it. You know, I mean, even maybe if this thing takes off, you can go fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, maybe we have a fight.
I would be.
No jits.
Can't you see?
Now we can box.
God damn, bro, you get your whoops. Anyway,
If you guys want to see that, we'll do a pay-per-view.
no, not yet. Have to hit like 100K. So please like, follow, subscribe so that we can get there.
Yes.
I'll tie my hand behind my back and I'll whoop this boy. You'd love to see that, trust me.